All right,
How was your
welcome
day?
back. Next episode of Tilton the Scales. It's good to be back. We're not quite on time. It's all right though. I'm already we're all busy. So I can't be upset. Chet, how's your week been? How's everything going?
Week's been great, making lots of progress towards some pretty significant goals, and kids are doing great, ending school. So yeah, week's been great. How about yourself?
Week's been good. Uh it's felt like a long week. I didn't really have last weekend off, so it both weeks blended in together, so it's good
Yeah,
to be done and be off from work and have very little responsibilities to do except run some errands today, so it's good. Yeah. So kids are officially out of school now. Just so you know, give you a timeline. You know,
yeah,
Texas ended probably about 2 weeks ago, at
yeah.
least. So summer's been started here. It's kind of funny. I every time I talk to my sister or I talk to you guys, I'm reminded of the snow days and how the weather affects everything. And then you guys also start just a little bit later. I think we start like it's kind of weird. Texas starts, I think it's before, is it Labor Day? Before the holiday, like at the beginning, end of August. They start before that.
Yeah.
And part of it's also because of football, mostly, or sports, I should say, not just football. They get the sports started almost immediately once school starts because they've been practicing. So,
Yeah.
and it's a as far as it's just bigger down here, right? So they have more games to play. They need more weeks. So anyway, yeah. So that's good. Everybody in the household that attends school passed and graduated on to
Oh yeah.
the next grade. That's good.
Yep. They are excelling. It's good stuff.
That's good. Yeah. So are you. I'm happy to hear that you're making more moves to get to your goal.
Yep.
And when that's official, we'll hopefully be able to talk about it officially.
Well,
Uh,
spoiler, next Friday we will be able to talk about it officially.
oh yeah, good.
Yeah,
I look forward to that. Look
me
forward to
too.
that. That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Well,
It's
since we can't talk about some of the most important information just yet, let's go ahead and we'll start with the NBA Finals. You called it, Chet. You said Knicks in five. We both
yeah.
said you were there was something wrong inside your head because we don't want the Knicks to win. We hate New York fans in general,
Yep.
being from New England. So yeah, tell us about it. Tell us what you thought of the finals, what
So
your
I,
final
I
thoughts were.
I tried to analyze the finals the same way I would look at football. And I was thinking like basketball is so different, the whole best of seven, all that. But I started to see the Knicks. I remember hearing everybody talking about how the Thunder, like that series against San Antonio was the actual finals. And I'm watching it and I was watching the Knicks play and I'm like, man, they're coming together. So like I kind of equated it to, wild card football, wild card like the playoffs, and then you start to see certain teams come together at the right time. And I was like, man, the Knicks are coming together at the right time. So that's why I kind of thought it'd be in five. And you just like, man, Brunson, damn. Even Anthony Towns getting in foul trouble, like it's like Brunson would step up in that point, like at that point, and come into the game. And it seems like everyone on that team was willing to play the part they have to play, no ego. That's how you win championships. It's all team. So that's kind of what I saw. What did you see?
I don't know. I mean, definitely a transformation that happened during the playoffs for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yep.
mean, they talk. I would say cardiac kids number one, but like
Yeah.
they were dead in the water against Atlanta, man. They couldn't beat Atlanta. Everyone was putting money on Atlanta winning that series, the first two games. And then, you know, that was at the same time when the Celtics were still in it. Where we're all holding on to hope like, oh, we can beat the 76ers and then we're moving on. Like, yeah, they gelled at the right time for sure. Something, whether it was a team meeting leadership. I don't know what it was, but Jalen Brunson got hot. I mean, arguably probably one of the best performances throughout the playoffs in the fourth quarter for him,
Easy. Yep.
for any individual. I mean, he definitely deserved the MVP. Closing game, 45 points. That matches Michael Jordan's record for most points in a closeout game by any person uh, in the NBA history. I mean, the Knicks just the Knicks had the first, the third, and the fifth largest comeback in NBA Finals history this year. Like,
Right? Like
it,
what? Yeah.
it's like they deserve to win for sure. I don't know if they were the better team though. Yeah, you can absolutely argue that it's a best of seven games. They won four. The other team didn't win two. So, but I do still feel like they're a victim of circumstance, meaning they got to the finals because of the path that was laid in front of them, and they are NBA champions because of maybe a lackluster effort on the part of the defending champions in the Oklahoma City Thunder. Because I think Oklahoma City would definitely beat that team.
You think
Uh,
so? They beat
I
the
think
Knicks?
so, yeah.
So, yeah, I
The Spurs just based off of, again, the Spurs led 72% of the time
Mhm.
on the clock. 30, 70, all that matters is obviously the fourth quarter, right? So if that's all that the Knicks need to perform, that's fine. But that inexperience of the San Antonio Spurs definitely played into them losing all of the games in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They had everything won. They couldn't close out. A champion closes out. I think if it were OKC that were playing them, and it's kind of a mute topic because they didn't get there, but I think definitely OKC would have beat them. If you probably go down the line and look at all of the teams in the West Coast Western Conference that made the playoffs, they would probably beat the Knicks too. And now again, the Knicks that started the playoffs against Atlanta and whoever they beat in the first round, yes, absolutely. Almost every team in the NBA would beat that team. Again, they did transform. I mean, they had a 12 game win streak at one point, and then so they're NBA champions. I still
Yep.
don't like
Historic win
it.
streak.
I
Walter, what's
still
up,
don't
man?
like it.
It's hard for me to jump in here because I don't know what was said previously, but I think
No.
you're underestimating, undercrediting. I'm not sure what the exact phrase is, what the Knicks did. I hear what you're saying. San Antonio was on a run. San Antonio beat OKC straight up. And I agree with you. Like, coming into the playoffs, I would have assumed I would have bet, I did bet that OKC was the better team out of San Antonio. Both teams are really young still. The Knicks are a little bit more playoff hardened. They've got veterans. They've got guys who have been there and done that. And frankly, even for the last 2, 3 years, they've been coming from behind at an unbelievable clip. They did it against the Celtics last year. Um, I just feel like it was the Knicks' time. I feel like Jalen Brunson plays his best under pressure. He was the best player on that court. That it's not even close. I think Wemby has the potential to be the best player, but as it pertains to these current finals, there's no question about who the best player was. It was Jalen Brunson by a mile. Um, Mitchell Robinson kind of tied up Wemby, right? Like he wasn't the player he was leading up to the finals, and it's hard for me to attribute that to anything other than a pressure or b um, Mitchell Robinson coming back from injury and his ability to kind of body up a guy like Wemby. It was a good finals. Like I think that the NBA's healthy. We got a number of teams that can really do damage. I think that San Antonio team is going to be good for a long time. That OKC team is going to be good for a long time. Those Knicks have got probably a 3 year window. Although I frankly believe they're not going to be that good next year. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
agree with
the
you. Like
Knicks
the
deserve it.
finals weren't that enjoyable. I didn't really like it, but I think that probably speaks more
I
to my
thought they were
bias as a Celtics fan than
I
it
thought they
does
were
versus
they
the
were good
style of
games,
basketball
man.
being played.
It was
What's
all
that?
back and forth. I think they were all good games. It was all back and forth. Like there wasn't a
Yeah, I
blowout,
agree. Like I should
at
have
least in the
liked it.
fourth
I
quarter.
just didn't care for it. Like it's hard for me to be emotionally invested in teams that I don't root for or don't actively root against. So it's like I tried. I really wanted to watch it and try. I just didn't. I don't like it. I saw it like as soon as game one was over, the Knicks. It felt like the Knicks were going to win it. It felt like a destiny, and I just had a hard time following them because I hate the Knicks.
Man, I felt the exact opposite. I thought the whole time I thought the Spurs would make the adjustments. I was again, credit goes to the Knicks. They won
Yep,
at a minimum, they won in
I
the
agree.
fourth quarter. They won the games in the fourth quarter. That's all that matters. But I still think San Antonio gave them the game, lost the game more than the Knicks went out and won it
Yeah, I
because
disagree.
there
I
were
think
there were
Mike Brown
plenty
did
of
it.
games. There were plenty of games where there was an adjustment that could have been made on the coach's behalf. The coach on San Antonio is just as young as the player and inexperienced as the players. They needed to lean on a coach that had some experience, that could make some adjustments in the lineup, that could get the team going when they needed a bucket, when they needed a stop. That coach continuously played De'Aaron Fox for what reason? I have no idea. When he's got what everybody would argue is a premium talent in Harper on the bench, and he's giving minutes to De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is a proven veteran. He's probably the only one on the roster, honestly, but he was not in any case the same De'Aaron Fox that started the season, the same De'Aaron Fox that they signed 2 years ago. He's not the same. He's not the same player, and he continuously showed that. And like that, the coach was given ample opportunities to sub him out, get him off the floor during the fourth quarter. I mean, several games where he should have been sitting on the pine. I'm sorry, he's an extremely good talent, but he looked electric in the first three quarters. I won't argue that. But in every game he was still shooting under 500. But he looked really good moving. Like he didn't look like he was ailing from his injuries that kept him out of the OKC series for a couple games. Like he looked good. He was moving well, but his shot just wasn't there. Like that's got to be legs, right? Meaning he was injured. He wasn't conditioned. Then they put him back in the lineup and he's not ready. Of course, the athlete's not gonna admit to that. The coach has got to recognize that and sub him in at least in the fourth quarter. You want to play him the first three quarters. He was a contributing factor to the lead, but he was also part of I would argue he was probably like second or third on the team on turnovers and probably defensive rating. He was one of the worst. Like I, I just don't understand some of the moves that the coaching staff made and did not make because it seems like from a spectator's purview, like that, it's a no-brainer. Like you got a guy, or at a minimum, again, figure out a way to get Ron Harper, Castle, and Wemby on the court at the same time because they're all extremely talented, and there's no reason why they should be sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter. Every one of those three, include De'Aaron Fox when he's again healthy and has his legs, they can all get their own shot whenever they want to. That's what you need in the fourth quarter. Somebody to take over, somebody to get their own
Yeah, but
shot,
they
get a
didn't.
bucket.
They didn't though. That's the
I
problem.
know.
Like I think ultimately what it comes down to at its fundamental level, you got to perform on the biggest stage. And when push came to shove down the stretch, Wemby at all, Wemby and the whole team just didn't perform. I agree with you. They should have, and I probably agree with you that the coach kind of fucked up here and there. But ultimately, when push came to shove, one team answered the bell and one team didn't. It's
Well,
hard
again,
for
it's
me
also
to
yes.
blame coaching on that because ultimately it's a performance issue. They did not perform on the biggest stage, and
Yeah.
frankly, like I don't know if they should. Like they're really young. Like that's a really young team that's going to be good for a really long time. I'm not worried about them in terms of their longevity. They're going to be right back in it next year. Wemby's going to continue to get better. It's
Yep.
just that at this moment, at this time, Jalen Brunson outperformed him. and that's really what I think it came down to. The
Yeah, he
Knicks
did.
had the
I'm just
best player on the floor. It was Jalen Brunson,
they
and
did.
in the NBA is determined by in crunch time who's the best player. Who's it come down to? He won the game. He won the game.
He won the series. He won every one of the games.
Yeah, he's a
Not
stud.
put
He's got like
make
a
that
3 year
plural,
window.
Wally.
Like
Make
he's
that
not
plural.
going to
Give
be a
him his
stud in
credit.
5
Give him
years.
his credit. Make that plural.
Yeah, I that's what I was doing.
But I'm saying that the coach was responsible for the ultimately them losing the series. Let's go into entering the playoffs. Wemby was still playing like 22 to 25 minutes. Then when we get into the playoffs, you're playing him 32, 48 minutes. Like, of course the kid's gonna be winded. And you continue to do that every game? Like, geez. Like, let's condition, let's work up to that. Don't play 82 games at 22 minutes and then okay, now it's time to turn it on. Like, you, jeez, that doesn't make any sense to me. And Wemby, to his credit, the first series he looked fine, but then of course as the games go on and as the time between games gets shorter, he looked like he was tired. That's why he wasn't. And again,
Yeah,
he's still not able to one, I think he can create his own shot. It takes a lot of energy for him to get on the low block because he gets pushed around. Yes, he can stabilize himself, but it just takes a lot of energy for him to stand on the low block and freaking and hold his ground. And if he does that for 4 quarters, which we saw, he's tired. He has no legs in the fourth quarter. So
yeah, but
yeah,
again, I guess all I'm saying is it's hard for me to blame coaching on that. Like a lot of what you're saying is again ultimately performance on that stage in the big. It's hard. It's like one of those. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Like we I think we could debate this all day, whether it's coaching versus performance. You go back and forth on it. I think that
no,
both
we can't.
lacked,
We don't
right?
need to
They
debate it.
both lacked.
Yes, you just agreed with me, and I agreed with you. We're not debating. We're making points. We're agreeing with each other. Like,
Well, I don't know how to agree with you. I'm only here to debate you. Listen, it's
okay,
hard for me. It's hard. It's really hard for me to sit here and just say, "Hey, we're on the same page." No, I'm here to fight, man. That's it. I'm just here to fight.
That's what we're all here for. That's what we're all here
Can we
for.
talk Trump? I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh,
just kidding.
oh, already?
I'm just
sure,
kidding.
let's
I'm just
talk
messing.
Trump.
I'm just messing. I'm feeling pretty good. We had a party 2 houses down tonight. It
I
was a great
know.
night.
How was
I'm
that?
feeling pretty good. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Um,
Wally,
anytime there's a party in your neighborhood, like I want to be in. Like if you can walk home from where you're at, like that's best case scenario.
I get it. I get
It
that.
is.
Did you, however, did you, and Nate can cut this out, but did you use us as the
I'm not
excuse when
going
you
to.
got sick of hanging out with people that you had to leave?
No, I did not.
Ah,
It
nice.
was a really time thing because like 9 o'clock, getting towards 9 o'clock, it's late for my kids. It
Yeah.
was a matter of I can use my kids are the ultimate excuse. Like,
Was the
hey,
party
look, I'll
was the
point to my
party
son and
dwindling
say
down?
he's acting like an asshole. I got to get him home. I can do that at six
Was
o'clock. I can do that at 7 o'clock. I can do that at 8 o'clock. I can do that at
was
9 o'clock.
were the festivities dwindling down though?
Yeah, it was. So my daughter's best friend lives 2 houses down. She's going in. She's leaving the sixth grade, going into the seventh grade, and in Hill, that's when you transition from the community school to the middle school.
Yeah.
Meaning the Hill Community School is pre-K through six.
So were they
Okay.
going to the middle school that
That's
we went
Franklin
to?
I
though,
feel like
isn't it?
I feel like you just your reaction there was a little over the top.
That's Franklin there, isn't it? Isn't
No,
that
we're in
what
Hill.
Franklin
I'm not.
does?
We're not Frank. We're part of the Newfound School District now.
Oh, okay.
Not Hill. Not
We
Franklin.
all know that, or I know that. I'm just messing with
I
all his
didn't.
kids go to
I was
Franklin.
actually, I was actually like, wait, how's that work? Got it. Got it.
All right. You didn't get a chance to, so you want to tell us how your week was, Wally? You got
Had a really
anything?
long week. It was good. Baseball and softball season are coming to a close. We did our closing ceremonies this week. It's been a really crazy couple of months, so I'm looking forward to kind of the relaxation that summer can provide. at the same time recognizing that like there's a lot less structured time with my kids personally. So I don't know how you guys are, but anytime there's a meaningful schedule change in my household, we suffer for at least a couple of weeks. So the morning transition has been a challenge. Getting into our summer schedule has been a challenge. We're all a little grumpy, but I'm 2 weeks away from a week long vacation. So
Let's
that's
go.
keeping us moving forward. I feel like if you have light at the end of the tunnel, it's
Hmm.
like easy to get through the kind of the challenge of the day to day if I've got like something in my immediate future that I can look forward to. So I've
I
got
like
I've
that.
got a week long vacation up at my camp in Maine that is happening starting July 4th. So
Nice.
life's good. I can't complain. I'm
America.
excited. I'm happy to be there. I'm looking forward to getting us together as a crew this summer. Nate, you're what, a couple weeks away from New Hampshire, are you not?
No. About
A
a
couple weeks
month and a
away.
cup
Like you're not
about a
far away.
month, about a month and a couple weeks. It's literally a month.
Yeah, I feel
It's
like you're coming
next
up with
week. It's
excuses.
next week, and
I
in
feel
a
like you're
month,
coming up with
it's
excuses.
a month
Just
from
come
then.
visit us. Like, how hard is it? Come visit us. How hard is it?
Yeah, I know, I know.
Do you not love us? Like, what's the issue?
I asked myself the same thing. I
Chet cries
remember,
himself to sleep
I
every
remember
night.
something about a
Truth.
draft party
Truth.
being here, and you guys saying you were coming, and I mean,
You asked us not to come. There was some house issues. I don't remember the
yeah,
specifics.
yeah.
Um, but
I'm
I
not
recall you
certain.
saying, "Listen,
I'm
guys,
certain
it's
you're
not
not
the right
remembering
time."
that correctly at all. Actually, I'm
What?
100% certain you're not remembering that at all. But talk to me about the morning transition. What's this like? The kids have to get up to go to daycare or to go somewhere for the
Yeah,
day,
it's
or
just a change. It's change of schedule. So
yeah.
traditionally, like during the school year, they go to school at about 7. Shannon gets them up. They go to school. They leave at 7. Um, Summer camp. There's a week in between the end of school and the beginning of summer camp where there is no place to be. So it's just a matter of me trying to get them going. This is a personal issue. Like it's not a familial issue. This is a Wally issue. Like I
Yeah.
get set in my
Where did?
ways where like I like drinking my coffee. I then go into my shower. I have like
Oh,
the
okay.
only part of my
I
week
got you.
that I have to myself is from 7:05 a.m. until about 8:30 a.m. Now during the school year, that's my time. It's the only time I have. During the
Yep.
summer, I don't have that time.
Where
They're
you
here, and
got?
then I need to leave my house 20 minutes earlier to get them to camp so that I can then get to school. So it's really a me issue, and I shouldn't paint it as anything other than that. It's just me not like me getting set in my drinking coffee, taking a shower, doing things at my pace
You don't
without
have to
having to
be.
yell at
You
my
don't
son
have
to
to
put
be
his shoes on
specific.
25 times.
You can just
Yep.
generalize. You don't have to be specific. It's a you're the
It's
head of
hard
the
for me to
household, so
generalize that when
technically,
I'm the issue.
oh, I mean, you're the head of the household, so technically everybody's got to deal with that problem, right?
Yeah, but I think as a head of the household, it's important to recognize when you're the issue, and I can recognize that I'm the issue. If I set firmer boundaries at 7:15, it wouldn't be an issue at 8:30. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Well,
You're
But I'm not looking to
soft,
fight.
man.
I don't want to fight first thing in the morning. I want to drink my coffee. I want to read my
take a
news,
shower.
and
Yep.
I want to ease into my shower. I don't want to be
Yep.
yelling at kids. Get your breakfast.
Yeah. No
But
thanks on that. No thank you on that.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. So, and let's talk NBA. Are the Knicks gonna repeat next
No.
year? Do we think
No. God
no,
no.
the one and
no,
done? Okay.
no, no
Okay.
chance.
Moving on. Are what's going on with the Celtics? Are they gonna get Giannis? Is that the talks up there?
I
That's a
mean,
great question. That is the talk up here.
that is the
And it's
talk.
boiled down to a straight up 1-for-1 trade. Is it going to be Jalen Brown for Giannis? And I think that ultimately is like what most Boston fans are tossing around. Like, do you want to give up Jalen Brown to get Giannis? And in our eyes, the debate is whether it's a straight up 1-for-1. In Milwaukee's eyes, they want they want Jalen Brown and 2 to 3 first round picks, which is insane to me.
Yeah,
Stupid.
that's
It's
insane.
insane
We're
to
not
me.
doing that. We're not going to do that.
We
I
should
don't
not
really
do
think
that.
it's happening at all, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't think. I think maybe we might trade away Derek White for like Trey Murphy or something along those lines indirectly.
Mm.
I don't think we're trading Jalen Brown for Giannis.
I don't want Trey Murphy. I'll be honest. Not for Derek White. Like we shoot enough 3-pointers as it is. That kid doesn't need a green light. Okay.
Aaron
Like,
White had a
not that he
rough
won't
year. He didn't
not
have
that
his
he won't
best year.
not that he won't hit some. I'm just saying I want us to get back to, again, yes, I don't mind if we lead the league in 3-pointers, but I don't want to be shooting 53 pointers a game. I just don't that I've always thought that that's not the way that we're going to win a championship. I mean, it led us to one, but if we played a different way, I feel like we could have won more than one
Mhm.
already. And that doesn't mean eliminating the 3-point. It just means a different offensive philosophy. And that philosophy can change from first to third quarter to fourth quarter. Like the fourth quarter should not be about jacking up threes, especially when you have a lead. It should be about slowing the tempo down a little bit, trying to go to the hole, get fouls, get in the bonus. I mean, I just think our offensive philosophy needs to shift a little bit. But I do wonder, what can we get if it is Jalen Brown? I think of the two, if we were to look at Jalen Brown or Jason Tatum, I think we would all agree that you keep Jason Tatum. If you're moving off of one, Tatum's the one you keep. Brown's the one that has to go if somebody has to go. I'd still love to see them figure out a way to keep him, even if that means begging and pleading, like, hey, we got to restructure. Like, we got to get below the second apron. Uh, you know, you and Jason. The problem is him and Jason Tatum are eating up most of the cap space. So getting anybody else in that's not the veteran minimum is is hard.
I mean, the
So
one year that we won the championship with those two, we played nobody, right? We eased through it. That's what I keep
yeah,
hearing is that we just
our
we got through it
It's
easy.
bullshit. I'll reject that premise, but go ahead.
Please, no, no,
our
okay, good. I
opponents.
want to hear it because I don't know enough to know that. But what I hear on the outside is like, okay, you guys, you had those two, you played nobody, you won the championship. The next year, you're playing the Knicks. You have Tatum, you have Brown, and even if Tatum didn't get injured, the Knicks were going to beat us anyway. That's what I hear. So I'm wondering why some fans are so stuck on keeping the two together. Wally, I see you breathing out your ears. I want to hear it.
Why are we stuck and keep the two together? Because they performed at a high level for an extended period of time. They're in these two conference finals more often than they're not. They win playoff games. They performed at a high. So if you're looking to, the best case scenario, you trade away one of them for potential.
Yeah.
Well, the problem I have with that is that potential doesn't equal performance necessarily. Like we have
Hmm.
two guys that we know definitively are going to perform in the playoffs under the spotlight. They've done it year in and year out. Uh, they haven't done it the last couple of years, and that's fair. But I firmly believe that both of those two individuals provide us the best opportunity to win the championship. I
Okay.
feel like, I mean, Jalen Brown performed far above expectations over the past year. If we give him and JT a full off season of health to continue to perform, I don't think it matters all that much who you put around them. And more importantly than that, I trust Brad to put the right pieces around him. That I'd rather go forward with that than if we're talking Jalen Brown plus 2 to 3 firsts. Like that's not worth it to me. uh,
Oh yes, no,
Giannis is
no.
No, that's not
31
worth
years
it.
old. I love him. I want him on the team at the right cost. And the right cost might be straight up 1 for 1, but I'm not certain that Jason Tatum and Giannis's games match up cohesively. Like they're both fours, really. They're big threes fours. Um, Whereas Jalen Brown can really lock down your best guard, your best one through. Like it's just, I'm not certain that that matchup's great. And while he is an All NBA caliber player, and I love his game, I really like how JB and JT's games complement each other.
I do. I'd like to see another full season with those two. I'm not sure if the timing will allow that, but I'd love to see another full season with those two. Uh, the reason why I like Giannis is because he's not a perimeter shoot. He will shoot a three, but he's not. His perimeter
No,
game is
he's
not
definitely
very
not.
good. So I like him. I like him closer to the basket. I like him on defense. Uh, Not that I don't like Jalen Brown's defense, but you know, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do because I just looking at the starting lineup. I mean, Sam Hauser's probably gone. Do we agree with that? Like, I don't.
For the right
Is he?
price. Yep.
Yeah,
We got him under
he's over.
contract, but for the right price, yep.
But he's under contract next year, or he's either due an extension, or we're gonna trade him because we won't extend him. Isn't that right? He's got
I'm
one more
pretty sure
year
he's
to
under
go.
contract. I could be wrong about that, but I think he's under contract.
No, I think he is, but I think this year is his last year. So we're either
Yes.
going to move him
Yep.
to get
Yep.
something for him or sign him to an extension, but the extension's probably going to be too expensive for us. So we're probably
Yeah. Well,
not
like
going to listen.
he's underperformed the last couple of years, right? I don't feel like he's been everything we've wanted him to be.
Yeah, I would agree with that, especially at the price. Let me see
Yep.
if the roster shows prices. Yes, it does. Yeah, Sam Hauser's the fifth highest paid player. He's paid more than Pritchard. So,
Oscar
Oh
is?
yeah. Pritchard's on a very team friendly deal.
yeah. So, yeah, at that price point, if he's not willing to take a little less, yeah, they should trade him and get something for him. But he would be a good piece for somebody, honestly, if they have the cap space. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. All right. Wally, you're going somewhere. Your 4th of July starts
Hmm.
when you get to your cabin, huh? Did you see did you see the 4th of July celebration starter that was the Freedom event on the White House lawn?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Did you see that? Did you see any of that?
I did not. I did not. I did not do the pay per view. No. So all I've seen from it has been the clips.
Yeah,
Um,
it was a spectacle. It was amazing.
I think a spectacle is probably the right.
I watched the last fight, but just I don't know. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was pretty cool how the fighters came out of the White House, walked down the red carpet essentially to the ring. Their walkout music, like I thought all that was great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will be honest with you. I'll say I don't know why this hasn't been a thing. Like whether it's boxing matches, whether I don't care what it is, but why are we not doing something like this on an annual basis? If I were a fighter or somebody that could perform on the White House lawn, I would pay to do that if I could.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I don't know if you guys have paid attention to any of it, but supposedly no money was exchanged. The UFC
Um,
paid X amount of dollars to get everything set up. It all came out of their pocket, and there was no money exchanged. No one was
Yep.
paid. The federal government wasn't paid. There was no rental fee. So I don't really
But
agree with that.
Dana
Go
White
ahead.
has said he'll never do this again because it costs way too much money. In the
Yeah, it's
UFC
$60 million out of
a,
his pocket.
the UFC ate a huge loss.
Hmm.
but Trump
Yes,
luckily sold some commemorative coins for his family. So they
that's
made some
right.
money off of that. So like while Dana White
I'm
lost
not.
money,
Yeah,
Yours is in
I'm
the
not
mail,
against the
Chet.
spectacle. Like I agree that like for the 250th we should put on a show. I have no problem. I have no problem with that. No problem with that at all. I
Yeah, I don't
appreciate
either.
a company willing to step up and finance it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, honestly. Like if I
yeah.
were
What do you think about Hosick
I'm a
saying
UFC
about
fan.
Michelle Obama calling her a man? What do you think
Oh,
about that?
I thought that was bullshit. Like there I was happy that was the only political statement, if you want to call it that, that was made.
Yeah.
The dude's a retard. Like, I mean,
Stupid.
let's
So
be
stupid.
honest. It was silly and stupid and immature. It was cool that none of the other fighters used that as an opportunity to voice anything political. I thought that was great. Uh,
So I would
My
prefer.
only complaint about it was that I agree with you. Like, I think it was stupid. I think that's one stupid individual saying something stupid. Uh, but Sean Strickland should have fought. Like, them pulling him off the card was stupid. He was an American belt holder. Now, I understand he was critical of the current administration, deservedly so. But if you're having a 250th UFC celebration, well, he's the brightest American star currently in the UFC. He should have fought.
Oh, they pulled
yeah.
him off for political reasons. See, to me, that's I didn't even know
He was
that.
critical. He's an uber right. Like, he's beyond MAGA, but he's been critical of the war in Iran, and he's been critical of the current administration. In my understanding, Nate, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they pulled him because of it.
I don't know if they did that or not, honestly.
Hmm.
Who knows?
Well, I would prefer a 250th anniversary to be spent honoring true families, American families who've had their loved ones lost in wars and like bringing them together. I would prefer it to be about certainly maybe entertaining, but like America allows for a UFC or a WWE and all this stuff to make that the celebration of 250 is tough for me because I think that there was a way that we could have shown like at the White House, this is what we do. We govern for the American people, by the people, for the people. And to make it about the richest people all getting together in one place to watch these guys fight was not my favorite. And Nate, I see you shaking your head, but like, man, I really
So
didn't
you're
love.
telling me, Chet, you're telling me
Yeah, I'm telling you.
if it were WrestleMania, they brought back Hulk Hogan, they brought back Sweet Chin Music, they brought back The Rock. They're all on the White House lawn. You don't think that that's a proper way to celebrate Fourth of July or American
Nope.
freedom?
No, I do
Yeah.
not, because I think WrestleMania belongs at WrestleMania. Bring back Sweet Chin Music for WrestleMania. That's a piece of Americana, but it is not the definition of Americana. What we are built
Well, then
on is not.
tell me what extravagant event you would do to make the 250th year of independence and kick it off. Tell me what that would
Yeah,
be.
no, the answer to that is no extravagant event, except for the fact that we celebrate together as a country that we made it 250. Because by the way, spoiler, it's around 250 that every superpower gets destroyed by doing some bullshit like we just saw, in my opinion. When it be
Doing
people
a
in America,
celebration on the White House lawn, that's gonna be our demise?
a UFC celebration under a
I'll
president
answer
that's
that,
one of the.
Nate. I feel like that's a legit question. What would I rather see? I'd rather see like a really show of our arts program. Like, well, let's have a huge concert. Let's have the biggest acts in America put on a great concert. Let's see a great parade. Let's do all these things that like can bring families together. I can't necessarily sit down with my 8-year-old son and my 10-year-old daughter to watch a UFC fight. Like, you want to bring America together. Let's bring something that like we can sit down with our kids and our grandkids and watch collaboratively. Let's put on and I'm a UFC fan, and I think UFC and a fight, I like the idea, but I think that's a piece versus the focus, right? Like, they were the focus, which like to me, it's like, let's put them on at 8 p.m. Let's put them at 9 p.m., which is the appropriate time to watch something like that. And then let's have a giant parade or a bay or a let's have the Hamilton cast on. Let's do something that really exhibits what we are at our best. That's what
What
I
about
think.
this? What about this? What about honoring past presidents? Why couldn't we do that? Oh, I know the answer. Anyone have the balls to say it? The reason we're not honoring past presidents on our 250th anniversary is what? What about honoring past senators or congresses that have done something exceptional for America to make sure everyone has a fair chance? Why couldn't we do that? We all know the reason why
Well,
we didn't do that. 250. I'm just sorry. I'm
hold
I'm
on,
embarrassed
hold
by
on,
it.
hold on. You keep saying we, like, of course the president didn't say no to this. The administration didn't say no to this. They didn't pay
Mhm.
a dime for it. This was Dana White paying $60 million of his own money to put on an event to celebrate 250 years of freedom. Now,
Mhm.
why didn't somebody else come in and during that weekend, that event happened on Sunday? Why didn't another CEO of another company come in, put $60 million of their own money down, and have a music festival?
Okay, you want me to answer that? Do you really want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Because they've tried to politicize everything they've done, right? Like you can't just perform as an America. You need to perform as MAGA. You need to bow down to the current administration. You need to add, you need to show your allegiance to everything they've agreed in. Because if you disagree with anything they do politically, they're not putting you on their stage. They've made that abundantly clear. Not only are they not putting you on their stage, they're going to attack you, they're going to denigrate you, they're going to put you down. Um, they're not going to allow anyone. And frankly, I think in fairness, it goes both ways. I think most people, most liberal leaning people, aren't going to be able, are not going to allow themselves to be considered to perform in an environment like that. It just speaks to how polarized we are. It's
Yeah, to
either
your point,
right
Wally,
or you're left.
I
There's
don't
Well,
think
no
Bill.
middle ground.
I don't think Bill Clinton is going to do like a presidential library debut and have Kid Rock as the headliner. I agree with you on that. I do think it goes both ways to a point. What I think we've gotten now to though, I think now it's gotten really, really extreme. And I just, I'm not saying I'm right. I personally, my opinion, I disapprove of the way that we handled it. I think we should have honored past presidents who did exceptional things. FDR, um, Reagan. Not Reagan wasn't even perfect, but like there are certain things he did that were great. We should have honored that on our 250th, and instead it was about this guy's birthday and this is how we're going to do things. And I cannot.
FDR,
Sit.
FDR. So do you know what
Yep.
happened on June 6th?
That's my sister's birthday this year, but
Oh, that's not the event that I'm talking about.
yeah,
Do you
what's the
know what
event you're
happened
talking
on
about?
June 6th that involved FDR?
Talk to me. Don't pop quiz me, just tell me and I'll explain.
That was D-Day, man. That was the day that he invaded Normandy and France to defeat
Yeah,
tyranny. I didn't see
yeah,
anything on your social media page celebrating that. You want to celebrate freedom? Why don't you start with that? That's an easy political statement that won't get anybody's feathers ruffled, right? Like
yeah.
that's a huge statement. I didn't see anybody, and I say that I didn't see anything on my end either. I didn't post anything, and I was very surprised that most of my feeds were not plastered with something because D-Day, that is a huge day in American history.
It is.
Like, so again, we could start there if you wanted to honor FDR. You could have started there before 250 celebration
Well,
kicked off on the White House lawn. And
I
also
understand that.
there was a concert that happened on Saturday after the weigh-ins that was again funded by the UFC CEO Dana White, who's MAGA, who says the right things, doesn't offend anybody, and he's invited to the White House lawn. I don't like that you guys are making this political. It can be, sure. Do you want to address it? That's fine, but I
We're
like
not making it political. Like you don't insinuate that as Chet and I standing on
you're
the
putting a
periphery
political charge
saying
on
this is
it.
a
You're
political
putting a
issue.
political
Like this
charge
is a
on it.
political issue that Chet and I are commenting on. That's an important distinction.
Okay. So
It
okay, all
is.
right.
We're not making this
No,
political.
you're right.
This
You're right.
is a political issue.
This isn't your opinion. You're just stating facts.
No, I can give my opinion on this fact, but to say that we're politicizing an issue that is quite clearly a widely politicized issue, whether we agree with it being politicized or not, is irrelevant. This is a political issue that we're talking about.
So then
That's an important
I'm right
distinction.
or wrong. I'm right or wrong saying that you're politicizing it.
I no, I think you're wrong. I think we're commenting on a politicized issue. That's a really important distinction. We did not
With an
politicize this.
emphasis that it's political and political in nature and politically motivated. I would say that's the same thing.
I
Again,
mean, Nate, it happened on the White House lawn. You don't get more
yeah,
political than that.
it
So,
doesn't.
Everyone's talking about it. It's being
yeah.
discussed on a national level, on a fundamental political level, all across this country. We're
Yes.
commenting on a current issue. We didn't politicize it. Like it's not like we decided to say, "Hey, this is a
So I
political
don't
issue."
like the fact
We're
that
having a
you don't
conversation
like it.
about a political issue.
That's what I'm stating. I don't like
That's
the fact that
fair.
you don't agree with it.
Yeah, that's
All
totally
right.
fair. That I get.
Okay,
That I
I
get.
agree.
So,
It's fair. That's
so,
fair.
so FDR, when I talk about FDR, I just mentioned one president. I also mentioned Reagan. When I think of FDR, and you're right, Nate, the D-Day thing, I could have mentioned that. I was thinking more like the New Deal. Watching FDR have 4 terms as president and just dig us out of a horrible, horrible situation where people were depressed, and not just depressed, but like mentally, but also like the actual depression
I
where
thought the
people had no
depression was
money.
because of money and stuff. It wasn't actually, they weren't mentally depressed or
I'm saying
emotionally
both.
depressed.
They're connected,
I'm
Nate.
just, I'm just
So I was looking at like FDR finding a way to work with his Congress, Republican, Democrat, Independents, Green Party, all that stuff. Well, Green Party might not have existed, but either way, finding a way to be there for 4 terms because people were looking for that brand new deal and he got it. And I've watched as George W. I've watched Trump right now. Trump's going after Medicaid, saying that there's too much fraud out there. I I have a problem with that. I don't think it's fraud that he's going after. I think it's that they want the funding, the federal funding that goes to people who have disabilities, to people who really need it, veterans even, and they're trying to push it back in a different direction. So when I see a 250th anniversary based on UFC and UFC alone, I disagree with that. If there was one UFC fight, but they also honored past presidents and talked about the Revolutionary War and some of the heroes back then that found a way to stand up against oppression and did all these different things, I would have been cool with that. I just didn't let, I
Well,
didn't even, I didn't,
I didn't listen to the whole commentary. I am almost
yeah.
certain that Joe Rogan put some history and some lore into the commentary in between rounds and whatnot. Like again, I only watched the last fight and I didn't get to see the beginning, the lead up, all that. Turned it on. The fight was already 2 rounds in. I watched it till the end and that's it. I literally watched like 10 minutes. So,
That is actually
but
fair because I didn't watch it either. I couldn't. I didn't want to because I was just like, this is not how I want to see that 250th. So maybe you're right. Maybe there was some of that and I missed it. Maybe. So I'll have to go back and check on that.
yeah, fact check yourself.
I will. I will.
All right. We're politically. Are we watching World Cup? Did you guys watch USA today?
I didn't watch it today because I was at work, but I watched game one and I followed them religiously via the internet. I'm in. I'm hooked. I'm hooked in the World Cup. I'm
Me
all
too.
in.
Yep.
Here in New England, the Tartan Army has been like the media darlings. The Scotland team has been playing out of
Scotland.
Foxborough, and they are taking over
They
New England.
lost
Everybody
today.
loves them.
They lost today.
Norwegians have been big hits up here in New England. I'm in. I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
They
Go
Scotland
played well
lost
out
USA.
today.
here.
Playing some great football. We've dominated our first 2 games.
Where
Two
were they
games.
playing in Boston? Were they playing in Gillette Stadium?
Foxborough. They're
Yeah.
playing down in Foxborough.
Boston Stadium.
Did you see Scotland lost today?
Were they playing Morocco?
Morocco. Yeah.
Yeah, Morocco was heavily favored. I didn't watch the game again. I today was a very very busy day. I didn't. I haven't had much time, and I went to the graduation party down the road. So it's been just one thing after another. So I haven't had time to consume media as I usually do. You'll have to
One
forgive
thing
me.
after another. One thing after another.
Tell me about it, man. I like that. I like that shirt. That's a
You
vibrant
like the
blue.
shirt? Yeah.
Is that
This
a gym
shirt
you
is
work out
a
at?
it's the gym that I went to for the coaching and professional development for this past weekend in Cookville.
Nice.
Shout out to Mayhem affiliate. It was a good time. We did 5 workouts over 2 days, learned a bunch of stuff about coaching, talked to
Were any
people
of
that are
them at
very
like the
successful.
Murph level or?
No, they weren't at the Murphy level. No, no, they weren't grueling like that. The longest one was probably like 15 or 24 minutes, but it was
So do you bring
it
those
was tough.
workouts back to your gym?
Those no, because we don't like them.
Okay.
I mean, they were we so we use their programming, which is where the workouts came from. So technically, yes, we do, but not the same specific workout, if that makes
Gotcha.
sense. So the team that's there that we talked to, that we were rubbing elbows with and talking about the coaching aspect, the programming. They create all the workouts, and they showed us what we call the lab, like where they do the back and forth on. They literally plan out like either 2 weeks to 2 to 3 weeks and make sure there isn't a whole bunch of repeats as far as the movement
Gotcha.
specific or like or we're not doing a whole bunch of like running. We're trying to, varied.
So let me ask you this. As a coach going into a class that you're the lead instructor on, do you typically use a individualized, like do you come up ahead of time, do you determine what you do, or do you have a typically like a preset lesson plan that you follow?
Yeah. The answer to that is I develop a hybrid. So before what exists now is like the programming. Now
Mhm.
most gym owners pay money for programming, which is what our gym does. We pay money for the programming. The programming, because they have so many people that pay X amount of dollars, uh, they the programmers have a staff, and the staff develops. One person does just the workouts. Another person will
Yeah,
do the warm up. Another person will do the lesson plan, basically, like everything, combining everything and with in-depth, like this is why we're doing this. This is a stimulus. If we can't jump rope, then we want to create another stimulus that simulates or mirrors jumping rope so we can jump over a line. We can do some box jumps. We can so anyway, the answer to your question is yes, it's all provided now, but when I started, and probably about like maybe 6 years ago, up to 6 years ago, we always developed our own lesson plan based off of because we were doing our own programming, and the programming was
yeah,
just the workout. And then so you develop your own lesson plan based off of the timeline that you were expecting for the workout. So yeah,
gotcha.
you got
So
better.
you
I
have a
feel
class tomorrow, 8 a.m., for instance. You go in tomorrow and they give you an outline and you kind of fill in the details, or like, or it is yours to develop the way you want it to
Yeah, I know what the workout is. I have the freedom to develop the warm up and everything as I see fit, but I usually because they give it to you already, they give you the timeline and the
be. Yeah,
warm up already. I usually come up with my own warm up, but pull pieces out of theirs because I theirs is always like
yeah,
so our gym's fairly big, but like not everybody reads the board and I don't want to have to keep repeating myself. So like, so their workout is like, we're gonna do 2 rounds or we're gonna do this for 5 minutes, and it's like five different things, and I don't want to have to keep telling you, oh yeah, after this we're doing this because we're on a 5 minute clock. I feel like I can get a more effective workout with them or warm up with them if I just literally as soon as I tell them to do this, once I know that they're like 2 to 3 reps done with that, I tell them exactly what they're going to do after that, and it flows better. If I just said, "Hey, we're going to do this on the board," put a timer on, 3, 2, 1, go. I would show them what we're going to do, but then they'd just be like, "What are we doing after this?" And then what are we doing after
yeah.
this? So I walk them through and then flow.
Lead by
It just
example.
doesn't much. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
No,
Uh, so yeah, that was good. And then this is one of the shirts they gave us this shirt for
good
attending.
shirt. It's a nice looking shirt.
Yeah, appreciate it. Shout out to them. It was great to get around. just a bunch of people that are super successful in the CrossFit world, not only like as an athlete, meaning the guy that owns this gym, he won the CrossFit Games 4 years in a row. Matt Frazier, Matt Frazier followed in his footsteps. The year that Froning stopped doing competing as an individual was the year Matt Frazier's first year that he won the games, and then Matt Frazier won 5 years in a row. But Rich Froning's a great dude, super athlete. Just he's still really fit, just just crazy fit, and it's cool to see, and it's cool to see how humble he is, and he can hold the conversation with anybody about anything, honestly. And he does a lot of things with his gym and within the gym. They have like a mayhem mission is one of the things as well. They do a bunch of what are they called? When you get people together, like Christians, and they go to a poor
Mission?
area. Yep. They are called missions. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Christian mission. So they go out and spread the gospel, but they focus technically on like they go into an area where there's a CrossFit gym, and then they focus on the CrossFit gym and the community around the CrossFit gym and try and bring people, although they again preach the Bible and the good Lord and the word. They
Yep.
try to bring people instead of like let's build a church. No, let's build a gym and let's get people in the gym and then talking about it because it's
Yeah.
like
I get behind that
one
mission.
of
I can get behind that mission.
yeah
Like a cult.
one of the one of their things is like we as coaches, like, and I've seen this throughout my years. We as coach, like the clients listen to us, the athletes listen to us that come into the gym, and not only do they listen, but that you build a relationship with them, and they'll, for whatever reason, they feel compelled to share things with you that they wouldn't normally share. So with anybody else, including their therapist. So through that, the guy that started or helped with Mayhem Missions. It's called Get Stronger Faith. He was a CrossFit affiliate owner, and his clients kept coming to him with their trials and tribulations, and he was helping them out. And then that led to he's a man of faith, so he started bringing them in to like do a group, so to speak, not necessarily church, but like they call it devotion, where we'll talk about this
Devotion.
scripture, we'll talk about that scripture, and how it relates to our problems or how it could relate to our problems. So it's just pretty cool to see how everybody comes together. So yeah. All right, so some facts about the World Cup. Uh, there's 48 nations at this World Cup. That is technically a world record. That's the most that they've ever had. In previous years, it was 32. This is also going to be a record-breaking 39-day tournament. In the previous years, it hasn't been that long, and there's an unprecedented 104 matches throughout the the
Freaking different
World Cup
countries.
this year. It's pretty, yeah, and across three different countries. I think once they're done with group, though, I feel like once group is done, they consolidate to, I think, specifically America, to be honest with you, but I
I
don't
think
know.
America has
Also,
number one spot, right? Unless someone
Yeah,
loses
the
to something like
championship,
that.
the championship game, or do you mean the USA is the number one team?
Seed. Yeah.
no,
No,
USA is not the number one seed.
no.
Oh, I heard that earlier. My bad.
They placed first in their group. They won their group,
Oh, in
yes.
their group. Yeah. I
But
don't
I
understand.
thought you were
Oh,
saying
well, they still have
overall.
another game, right?
They do, yes, but they points wise,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
they
sorry.
dominated
They
the
I'm
first.
sorry. They
Yeah.
didn't they didn't win their group. They will advance past group.
Correct.
They
Correct.
can still lose a
Yeah.
game, I think, but they'll still advance past group. So yes, they haven't technically won their group yet.
Boy, it's really been great to watch, hasn't it? Like I played soccer, obviously, but I'm not a diehard
Mm.
soccer fan. Uh, but I really love these World Cup matches. It's a lot of fun to watch. Like any chance I get to be patriotic, I'm going to jump all over. We
Yep.
need more things like this that bring this country together. Like
Yep.
Republican, Democrat, we're all voting for the USA right now.
Yep.
Like stuff like this, and this brings me back to the a common thread that we need to continue to find things that unite us in a common love of athletics, like the Patriots. If you live in New England, you love the Patriots, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican. I'm going to high five you. We're going to
Yep.
root together. We're going to root loud. We're going to love it. Like watching the World Cup U.S. men's team in football is a lot like watching the Olympics. We're all universally going to root for Americans.
Of
I don't
course.
care about your
I
politics.
do
I
I
don't care if
do
you're MAGA. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're trans. I'm going to root for you if you're American. We need more things like that right now.
I
More.
agree.
The World Cup is the best thing that could come along right now for this summer because it gives us an opportunity to universally cheer for American shit. In
Yep.
that Nate and I can just agree that we want the U.S. to fucking win, right, Nate?
Yeah, we do. I do think
We want America to win. We
I
want to
do
watch the
think
U.S. men's team
this is you right
dominate.
here. This is you right here. High five, USA won.
High
Yeah.
five, you.
And then you're
High
like
five, MAGA, MAGA
and then you're
Nate.
like that dude's a fucking Republican as they
I
walk
know that.
away.
No,
That's not true. That's not
that
true.
was
I
not
don't know,
funny.
man.
That was funny
I
though,
don't
Nate.
know.
That was funny.
I feel like if you only wouldn't do that because you wouldn't actually know. If you knew though, you'd be like, that dude's a fucking Republican. I'm
No,
telling
No,
more
you
not
right
likely than
me.
not, more
I'm
likely than
saying I
not, Nate.
love this.
Yeah. Yeah.
now. I know you do.
Bullshit.
You just want people to be informed, well informed, That's all.
I just
But
want
yes,
us
it's
to root towards a common goal.
Be
well,
great. That'd be great.
Work towards the.
speaking of bringing everybody together, did you guys hear the mayor of New York speech?
Manami? No, I didn't
During
hear it.
the celebration for
Nope.
the championship? Man, you guys should look it up. It's pretty like he is on point. Like say what you want about him and his politics, but that is probably the one of the best speeches by a
Are you
mayor
being
or any.
serious right now?
I'm being totally serious. One of the best
Oh
speeches
my
by
god!
somebody other
Shit.
than a member of the team at the parade and praising the team. Like
All
it
right, I'll
was
look it up.
amazing.
I
You
kind
guys
of
need
want to
to look
watch
it
it
up.
right now
Yeah,
because
so do I. I
for
kind of want to watch
a
it right now.
uber liberal guy to make you say that, like
Yes,
I got the chills a little bit. Like I get
there was
Me
goosebumps.
too.
nothing
I'm
political
not gonna
about it.
lie.
There was nothing political about it. He even
I
said
know,
it
but he's
brought
a
everybody in New
politicized
York,
figure.
brought everybody in New York together. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, doesn't matter if you're a Republican. We
I
all
love
wanted to
hearing
see
this.
New York
I know.
City.
I love hearing
Yeah,
it, man. He's a very political. He's a very political figure right now. Like he's
yeah.
a very politicized name. So to hear
He's
you
Yeah,
say
he's
that
that's
is,
he's
great.
he's
I'm gonna watch it.
literally, I'm
I'm
not
gonna watch it
lying.
now.
I got the goosebumps.
with
I want to look.
Me too. Me too.
that speech he looks sounds like he's going for Trump's office, man. I'm telling you, it
We'll
was
find out.
They've
on
got a
point.
very weird relationship because Madani met Trump early on in the campaign, and they have said kind of nice things about each other, which is really weird because they're opposite ends of the spectrum. So their relationship is not as black and white as one might think it is.
Yeah. Well, let's veer off the
We got
political
some
track. I
football.
just
Do we
want
got some football?
I was gonna ask, do you guys want to talk Patriots? I haven't heard anything, so we can talk some football, but I would just want to know what you guys are hearing up there.
I can tell you, Christian Gonzalez is looking like he's going to potentially do a holdout, which sucks. I really hope that's not true. And we picked a second round edge rusher who may or may not be healthy, I guess. Like, I don't understand what's
Ah.
happening there. Like, what do you think, Wally?
So what I've heard about that is he came into camp, like they did their whole pre-draft stuff, and then he had knee surgery, significant knee surgery that they never told the Patriots about. So they drafted a guy who's coming in
Hmm.
with a whole different issue,
Yeah.
and he's still expected to get paid as a second round pick. Where the Patriots are saying, "Hey man, you got this major injury that we didn't know about. We think you should be slotted in lower." Is my understanding.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm understanding too. And that they're kind of annoyed with each other. But I'm like,
Was
wait a
it the
minute.
dude from Illinois?
Gabe
Yeah,
Atkins, I think
the
his name
second
is.
Jackus?
round defensive end.
Yeah,
He's
Jackus.
not signed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had a yeah, I haven't heard anything, but yeah, if he had surgery
But
without the
I'm a
team
football
knowing, I
junkie,
don't
as
know.
you guys know. Football straight up junkie. I'm watching all these power rankings, and the Patriots are being, in my opinion, wildly disrespected going into this year. Like
Uh,
most of them say they're going to be like a losing team, like a losing record. They're not going to be like, and I'm like, what? Like I can't stand it. Right? I'm with you, Wally. I'm with you.
I
Let's
drink
go.
that. I bring it. I want that. I love it. I live
Yep.
for it.
oh,
I
I thought
want
you were doing
nothing
something
more
else there,
than
Wally.
for them to think we're going to be the worst team in football. Like just pour it over me. I love
Yep.
it. This is
Yep.
exactly when the Patriots play their best football, when nobody else in the world thinks we're going to. This is what
Yep.
I
Wally,
love. It's the
they
best
play
thing
their
about
best
football. It's the
they
best thing about football. When it's us against the world, I don't know about you guys, but that's where I want to be. Like I'm at a place
Me
in
no,
my
me too.
life where like I want everyone to hate us. I want to be the bad guy because it's
Yep.
just so much fun.
I want to be the heel.
they play
Absolutely.
their best football on Sunday and sometimes Monday and Thursdays, Wally. It doesn't matter what people are saying. They
Don't
play
Come
their
forget
on, I'm
about
not
best
wrong.
when
Agree.
they
You can
step on the
agree. Chad,
field.
I'm not wrong, am I?
No, you're not wrong. And also, Wednesday is the opening day this week, Nate.
Yeah. Sometimes on Wednesday too. Well, let's just say Monday through Sunday. They play
There we
their
go.
best football.
There we
We'll
go.
capture it all. Yeah,
But I'm also interested in like Joe Burrow. I'm interested in football in general. Like it's just I follow
Yeah, I agree.
everything. And I was
Yeah.
like, I've seen Joe Burrow and like how like whether he's gonna be healthy or not. And I'm watching around the league, Miles Garrett going to LA. That is a fucking slam dunk for LA. I understand they gave up the farm for that, but dude,
it appears to be a slam dunk, but they still got to play. And I
Is
they
know
there
you
do.
know
any
that,
chance Aaron
but
Donald comes back?
That's
yes,
wouldn't I
yes,
think there's a
I
yes
think
chance.
so.
Like I bet you
Can
right
you
now he's
imagine lining them up on opposite sides? Like, what the fuck do you do? Like,
you pray. You pray.
just throw it as far as you can, as quick as you can, and hope somebody catches it.
That's all you can
Yeah,
do.
just shift the protection to that side and run the ball in the opposite direction.
You can't shift
Let's
it
There's
to
see.
no
that
I
other
side
would
direction
start.
there.
I would
because
start
one's
with
on one
that.
side, one's the other.
Oh
You're fucked.
man,
Aaron Donald's not an end though. Could he play an end? Yes, he's not an end. He's an interior defensive lineman.
You're
So
right, but like, oh, so Nate, oh, that's even worse actually. What if Miles Garrett and Aaron Donald are on the same side?
yeah,
Shift
they
the
can
protection
be
to
for
that
sure.
end,
That's what
and
I'm
then
saying. And you run the
one of
ball in the
them,
opposite direction. We'll see
yeah,
what that gets you, but that's the only chance you got.
that's the only chance you
That's the
have.
only chance you got.
Yep.
But
Yeah. Oh my God.
I hope that Gonzalez isn't going to hold out. The problem that we have in the NFL is like the next guy up feels like they need to set the market or
Yep.
reset the market.
Yep.
Like
It's a bad business.
I
It's
don't
bad
get
business.
that. It's terrible. And another problem is that the NFL is so successful they keep upping the cap every year, adding more cash, which is
Well, so
great.
that's the
But
thing.
like,
Like, so if Christian Gonzalez wants to set the market, right? Again, who's the guy in Seattle? The other corner.
oh, it wasn't him that I think it was either Derwin James or in San Diego or it wasn't somebody in Seattle that reset
Oh,
it.
I thought it was, but either way, like when you start to set the market, then you
The dude
start
in
to price
Seattle that
out.
reset it was the wide receiver.
Okay, but either way, from a business standpoint, if you start to outprice your paying customers, like that's the whole like that's the balance. You have to figure out a way to like make sure that you don't outprice your. But like if Christian Gonzalez is going to make whatever it is, $90 million over 3 years, I mean that's increased ticket prices, that's increased like sweatshirts, whatever you want to call it, right? So
Yeah.
they all want to outpace the market, but at some point it does have an effect on the general public and like what they're going to do. And does anyone care about that? Do you guys care about that? Because I care about that.
I care
I
about
don't
that.
really care about it.
Nate, you don't care about it. Okay. Well,
Trent McDuffie, who also plays for the Los Angeles Rams now, is the highest paid cornerback. He reset the market last year. And do I think that Gonzo should get that amount of money? Probably. Sauce Gardner's the second highest paid. I think somewhere along the lines for quarterbacks, cornerbacks that cover corners, right? Uh, I think somewhere along the lines, there's just got to be. I don't know. I don't. It's a hard thing for me to sit here in my humble surroundings and fathom the amount of money that these guys can get paid, and then also for me, it's weird for me to sit here and say, I think you should take less because it's not that you're being paid too much, but like you've got enough, right? Why do you need more? And the answer is like it's just like anything else. You don't if they were to just say, I'm not even going to negotiate. You make me an offer. If I don't like it, I'm going to be an unrestricted free agent. And then you see what you're worth. And if you like that, it could be above your expectations or could be below. But like I know that agents exist for, negotiating that and then bringing truth to the table as far as these are the reasons why he should be paid that. But I do think that from a standpoint
Oh,
of a kid that's as young as he is
Yeah.
with the team as well, it's almost like, man, we don't talk about money, but Drake, let's get together. Put together every one of the guys on the team that are extremely talented and probably going to be the leaders for the next 5 to 8 years, and just be like, let's all agree to like take 80% of the market value so that we can get others, we can be deeper as a team. That way,
yep,
when
love that.
I'm injured,
I
I can
think,
bring. I know they're not allowed to do that, literally, like it's collectively bargained that they're not supposed to do that,
Yeah, you
as in
can't
the
do that.
players aren't supposed to talk about that stuff. But
right.
if you have the same agent, man, I
Well, the NFL is also extremely scheme driven, right? Like where a really shut down corner in one scheme is going to be much more valuable than in another, or an inside linebacker
Yep,
versus an
swing
outside
team.
defensive
Yep,
end.
yep.
Like so, it's all so scheme dependent that it's hard for me to compare across the board, say cornerbacks, because it just varies so greatly. Uh, and I think what the NFL does and what the salary cap does is it gives the teams the ability to overly pay for. Like you could make an argument that during the Patriots dynasty, we overpaid for a guy like Vince Wilfork, right? Statistically, he didn't put up big numbers. Um, so it was hard to measure his value on the Patriots defense, but we all
We all know.
genuinely know that he was a staple on that defense, on those championship teams. But it's hard to quantify that, right?
sure.
If you're a Philadelphia team trying to sign a free agent Vince Wilfork who had 23 tackles and 1 sack last year, you're like, well, those numbers aren't very good.
Yeah,
We know that he ate up 3 blockers every single down. Um, the NFL is very unique in that regard. Like talent in the NBA rises to the top. It's like it almost supersedes scheme. In
Yeah,
the NFL, it's so scheme based.
it
it
is.
is. But I will tell you, Gonzalez was the only one that shined in the Super Bowl in the
You're right.
high on the
Yep.
You're right.
biggest
You're 100
stage.
percent right.
You're
The only
you
one.
couldn't
The
you
only
couldn't be
one.
more right.
He
You are
earned
super
he
right.
earned he earned every penny that he's going to get paid, and I think that
I
they should
agree.
pay him. But again, it is you're absolutely right. Vince Warfork, I would say half of his salary was based off of the leadership that he brought to the field on practice days and off days and the stuff that he did in the community, as well as his level of effort on the field. He was a guy
Agreed.
that wasn't
Yeah.
upset that he was getting triple blocked and double blocked. He
Nope.
he just again, and he was fairly durable also. So those three things
Fairly,
right there
fairly. Yeah.
made him very valuable to the team. Could he have gone somewhere else and gotten more? I don't think so, to be honest with you, because the other teams obviously don't know
He
the
did eventually. Like, isn't
value.
that why he went to
Yeah, he
Houston?
went to the Raiders, right?
Yeah, I
Raiders or
think so.
something like
Houston.
that.
Oh,
He went to Houston.
Houston. Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
did, but that's also
Got a
because we
huge
probably.
contract, as I recall.
It's also because well, I don't remember the details, but I feel like we probably had an offer on the table, and he took 4 to 5 million more, which we
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
per the
would too.
salary cap,
I would
per the
too.
salary cap, we could have paid him that instead of letting him walk. And We just sit there with our hands in our pockets like we're like they're not deep. Like, come
No,
on.
you can't say that. At
Yes.
that time,
Yes.
at that time in the NFL, the Patriots are a well-oiled machine. They knew when to let go of guys and they knew when to sign guys. Like you can't
Oh yeah,
argue
back then,
the
yeah.
player personnel decisions of the New England Patriots during that time span. Um, in
I
my
don't,
opinion,
but I don't look kindly on the players that left to go to a worse situation to get more money. That like that,
yeah,
and that you could probably
I
interview any one of them now. Wes Welker might be the exception because he went and caught
yeah,
passes
man.
from Peyton Manning. Instead, he might be the only exception. But every other person that left the organization because somebody else would pay him more went to a worse situation. Probably never even sniffed the playoffs. I'd love to.
And I
I should
promise
probably
you,
ask Gemini that right now, but it's
I would argue this that like I can't begrudge a guy in the NFL. The average career is what 5 or 6
and
years, four,
3.
2 or 3 years.
It's
yeah.
I
actually
can't
3.2.
begrudge a guy that says like, hey, if they're going to pay me $5 more million over the course of
Yeah.
my career, like I feel like there's a lot of guys that would take the money, and who can blame them? Like this is it, right? They're not going to make a better career post this. So why wouldn't they try to take
Correct.
every last dollar they can? I hear what you're saying. Like they didn't end up in a better
Yeah.
culture as far as winning's concerned, but I'm not going to begrudge a guy taking $2 more million a year or $5 more million over the course of the contract.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it,
But
right? This could very well be
we're
the only
also looking
opportunity they
back.
have to make that money.
Yeah, but we're also looking back on an era that didn't have guaranteed contracts, right? So now it's different. Now the majority of your contracts guaranteed. So I get why you would do that. That is a substantial amount of money, and it's a substantial amount of money up front. So, of course, you should do that. You should maximize your potential, get what you can when you can. But
Every
there's
dollar,
also
yeah.
something to be there is also something to be said about, you know, hey, this guy's if my the team that I've been with and I've established rapport with, and I can establish a legacy right now, even and again, I don't know what players think about post career, but every player that goes through that organization that wins a Super Bowl, they could have employment for the rest of their life with the organization, doing something, scouting, I don't know what anything. You know what I mean? Like, and that's
I
part
do
of
know
the
what you mean.
legacy. That's part of the
But what
legacy.
is
I'm not
that? Is
saying
that
there's
like $75,000? Right? Like so as a scout, what are you gonna make? Like $75,000, put in 80-hour weeks, or I can go over there and make $5 million, maybe for only a year or two. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. It's hard to quantify one versus the other. And the other part is, and I think that
it's
we
not
can't
hard.
minimize this,
It's
is
not
that
hard.
teams aren't loyal to the players, right? If the team doesn't see value in that player, they're going to cut him. And they're going to cut him whether he's been there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 years. So why are we asking players to be loyal to the team when we know, you know this, and I know this, the team is not going to be loyal to the player. As soon
Well,
as
I'm
they
not
lose
asking them to
value,
be
they're going to cut him.
my proposition isn't to be loyal to the team or ownership. My proposition is to be loyal to each other, your teammates. Again, have that conversation. Let's take 80% of the market value. We can probably again, if I'm a top 10 quarterback at my position, I can ask for 80% of the market value and that should be seen as a value to the organization, meaning here's your check. Thank you very much. There's very little negotiation. We'll do that in a heartbeat. And then again, it's a conversation that you have with the players. But I, the other side of me is absolutely no. It's a business. You only have so many years. The best and the ones that have the longest longevity only last 10 years max. In the case of Tom Brady, you get 20, but that's also the case that I would argue. Now you pay the dude. You don't let him walk. You empty the checkbook. You max out the salary cap because that dude should
Right.
not walk. And
But that's also the
that's a,
exception versus the rule, right?
yeah,
It's
that's
hard. It's
yeah.
hard to set a standard based on the most extreme version of success you've ever seen.
Yeah, but it's also the most extreme case of value up into the point where the player said, "This is what I want to get paid." After all these years of taking pay cuts and taking less, you know?
Yeah. Again, the exception versus the rule. Most
Well,
players
the
aren't going to do that. Like Tom Brady was an exception to almost every rule.
yeah, I agree, and that's what made him
Why
successful. That's what
why
made the
wouldn't you follow
organization
that?
successful.
If you're a person, why wouldn't you follow that? That makes sense to me, right? He's the exception to every rule. He's the greatest of all
Because
time.
I think most people would go for the money, right? I think that most people would default to like can I take I can I take more money right now versus betting? I don't know. I think most people default towards taking the bigger contract.
You're probably right. Yeah, I just wouldn't. I think to myself like if it means that you have long lasting success, like lifetime success, generational, whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna follow that blueprint as opposed to I'm gonna make as much money as I can tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you should. You should. Every person it's
Bet on yourself.
economics, man. It's economics. You should get
Yeah.
what you're worth. No questions asked. If you feel like
Yeah.
someone's overpaying for you, doesn't matter. Where do I sign? Thank you.
Bet on
Like,
yourself.
yes,
Yeah.
take
It's
that
the only thing
money.
you
Take
control,
that
right?
money.
It's the only thing
Yeah.
you control. You control yourself. So you might
Yep.
as well bet on what you have power over.
I agree with that.
Hmm.
I can't
All
wait
right.
till we I want to hear there's certain updates as it pertains to your life chat that I'm really
Yeah.
chomping at the
Next
bit to
week.
hear.
Next week.
Next
That's
Friday.
next week, Wally.
And
Next
it's
week.
all
Next week?
but yeah, yep.
No,
And
I'm gonna hear him this week. I'm
no,
gonna
you
hear him
will.
this week.
You two will hear me this week. But next Friday it's all out there. I'm excited for that. And actually if we stop recording, then yeah.
We will stop recording after. Are you
Yeah, what
guys
else we
done?
got?
Do you guys have any other topics? I don't have anything.
Anything else?
I'm done. I'm done.
You done?
Uh next week, I think we should do Patriot schedule. Or
Oh
do we want to
yes.
wait for that?
Okay. Yeah,
No,
You
I
want to
love
wait
it.
for
That's
I
good.
that?
love that.
Or the next time
Is
around
so
we'll do
next
Patriot
week
schedule.
is never mind.
Is that July 4th?
The week after next week is July 3rd into the 4th, which you
Yeah,
probably shouldn't. I don't know how
we
you guys are
don't do
feeling, but
that.
I'm not thinking that's a good night for a pod.
No, but this very next week is okay, but the one after that is the 4th, right?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
So the 20, you guys are in for the 26th. But
Yep.
then the
Yeah.
4th of July will not do that.
The 3rd of July I will not be in for
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah, we'll
Nope.
we'll cancel that one.
I'm looking forward to all of us hanging out together in person
When's
though,
that?
in about a month and a week.
I volunteered in my house. I'm gonna break the
Yeah,
smoker out. We'll figure it out.
I love it.
Or do I just like get a room at a local hotel at a local like restaurant that we just have a little private side room?
Oh, it's
I
up to
mean,
you.
whatever we
That
need
could
to
be.
do.
That's up to you, man. I'm down for whatever. We could definitely.
I
Well,
kind of I kind of like the idea of like if we can get as much of our families together in one place.
Me too.
Like I think we'd have a good time. I think we'd have a good time with that. Like if we get a gazebo at a state park at a beach where we're just hanging out over a charcoal grill, cooking hot dogs and hamburgers while our sons play in the water. That'd be a good
Listen,
time.
listen. As long as
that
Jeff's
would be.
dog isn't there, I'm good.
Tell me about this dog. Tell me about this dog,
No,
Chris.
we gotta stop recording. I want to hear the vibe of the week.
All right. Yeah. Vibe of the week, Chet. What's the vibe of the week?
I sent it's called Money, I think,
Well, you sent
and
two.
I sent two.
Yep, you sent two. Tonight,
Well,
even.
tonight I sent two. Okay. Well, I sent it's called Money featuring Portugal the Man by Achilles. And it's a fantastic song that once you hear it once, it'll be stuck in your head. And
So,
tomorrow during the playoff game baseball, While Cameron's warming up to be the starting pitcher, that'll be played.
So what's up with the
I don't even
Killers
know
that
what
you
you
said?
just said.
Well, shall I repeat? It's called Money, the song,
No, you don't
featuring
have to.
Portugal
Don't
the Man
repeat. Don't
by.
repeat. It's bad for audio and all that. Don't repeat. We got you.
I
All
kind of
right.
want to hear the song.
Money featuring Portugal the Man by Krills. Is that how you
Yep,
say that?
yep,
Great.
I think so.
Great. I
It's
like
very
that vibe.
catchy.
I haven't
Very
listened
catchy.
to
You
it.
hear
I'll
it
have to
once and
I
listen
like
to
can't
it.
it's
wait
in
to
your head.
hear it.
What is it like it just hypes you up vibe or like
I just heard
calms you
it and
down? What
like
does it do? Is
it
it
just makes
like
me feel happy. I'm just like driving and I'm feeling a vibe.
so it's a
I
cruising
like it.
cruising vibing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I like it.
What's the
All
dad
right,
joke?
mine is my can I give you my vibe
You
first?
sure can, my friend.
I
My
wish you
vibe
would.
is Sold Out by Hardy. That's my vibe of the week. Gets me going. Still on last week's vibe though. Heaven on This Earth. Have you listened to that yet, Chet?
Mhm. Oh, I have.
Does
It's
Cameron
on
like
it's on
it?
my summer playlist.
Does Cameron like it?
I don't think that he understands it yet, but yeah, he'll like it.
But it's
I'm very
Forrest
jealous.
Frank,
Like
dude.
I'm not musically inclined, so like I don't. I can drive for 3 hours without ever turning the radio on,
Oh, I
which is
need
crazy. But like I hear you guys talk about these songs and listen to music. It's just in one ear and out the other. I've never
Dave,
been
that's it. Sold
musically
out.
driven.
Yeah, Sold
Sold out
Out
by
by
Hardy.
Hardy. Yeah.
Done. That is now added to summer playlist. Done.
Very jealous.
Very jealous. Don't be jealous, Wally.
No, it's just not. It's not
You
who you
you
are, and
vibe
that's
too.
fine.
You just don't need to create your own vibe. You're already on the vibe. It's
Exactly.
fine. We need some motivation. We need some motivation. All right. Last question I have for you guys.
I can't wait.
What's the German word for constipated? Far from pooping. What's a German word for a bra? Stop them from flopping. Those are the dad jokes of the week. Thanks for getting on, y'all. Love you. Like, subscribe, and
Love you,
uh
good. Love you too.
and comment on the dad joke of the week, Wally and Chet, at a
Oh
minimum.
yeah.
Terrible. It was awful. That was one of the worst dad jokes I've ever heard.
Love y'all.